from Sunny Bay. Also available in lavender scented. Buy now in time for the holidays and avoid any shipping delays. Available on Amazon, Walmart, Etsy, and sunny-bay.com. Just search for Sunny Bay Heating Pad. They're great for men or women, are reusable and easy to clean. So this year, give the gift of pain relief. An extra long neck wrap from Sunny Bay. Remember, just search for Sunny Bay Heating Pads. Order now when our stock is high and shipping is fast. And happy holidays from Sunny Bay.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, less proof, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Embrace Magazine is boldly uniting lifestyles as the first ever and only gay magazine in North Central Florida, based right here in Ocala. Recently honored as Best New Magazine, Best Overall Magazine, and Magazine of the Year, all in our first year by the Florida Magazine Association, our mission is to unite the gay and straight communities through exceptional content appealing to all. Hi, I'm John Sotomayor, publisher and editor-in-chief. Tune in to our radio show on Wednesday, November 10th at 10 a.m. here on WOCA. To read our digital issues, follow us on Facebook and visit our website at embracemagazine.us.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. A few of our tractor services include bush hogging, disking, and rototilling. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Hey there, I have a question for you. Is your roof asphalt and does it look like it needs replacement? Did you get quotes and were you in sticker shock? Would you like to save not hundreds, but thousands of dollars? Did you call RoofMax? Well, call RoofMax with their patent-pending technology, which can add years to your roof without needing to replace it. And it's easy. You just pick up the phone for a free quote. Plus, they use state-of-the-art satellite technology to measure your roof. So, if your roof is over 7 years old, then you should call RoofMax today at 352-639-2777. That's 352-639-2777.
This cool fall weather is the perfect time to plant a tree, and Ocala's favorite place for trees is Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery. Right now today, you can select any tree from hundreds in stock for as low as $39.99 and get a second one just like it for half price. Now that same deal is available on all trees in stock, starting with large trees at less than $40, all the way up to Bob's famous gigantic jumbo trees at $8.99. Your second tree is always half price. Be sure to check this week's blooming specials, like camellias at just $15.99, a tray of 10 large-size annuals for just $29.99. Garden mums are half price, and all statuary and fountains are 30% off. And don't forget, it's 15% off for veterans all this week at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery on Southeast 38th Street, just off Lake Rio Avenue, in the same blooming place since 1952.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Tuesday. In studio with me now from the College of Central Florida, I have Dr. Raphael Robinson. He is the Director of Admissions and Student Recruitment, and Marissa Brown, Manager of Admissions and School Relations. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Dr. Robinson, let's start with you. With admissions and student recruitment, CF now, a lot of people still don't realize CF's much more than just a community college now. People think that it's just, a little where you can go get your AA and maybe get a 4-year degree in one or two things. That's just not the case anymore.
It certainly isn't. We like to think of CF as the college for everyone, whether it's a certificate program that can complete it in less than a semester or a semester or less. Our AA degree, which is popular for the students that want to transfer. We have AS degrees for those that want to get into the workforce with a little more training. And we're proud of our bachelor's programs. Now we have 10 pathways in our bachelor's program. So for students wherever they are, we feel like we can help them. And like I said, CF is the college for everyone around here now.
I remember you have 10 bachelor pathways now.
That is correct.
I remember when they first announced the bachelor situations at CF, I think there were 2 that were offered. And this was it 6 years ago, 8 years ago now it's been?
Yeah, that was even before I got
here. Yeah, it was 6, 8 years ago. I remember Dr. Henningsen had come on. He had just been, it was new. Right before he announced that you could get a 4-year degree for under $10,000. When the governor gave him that directive, he come on and announced that there was going to be 4-year offerings at CF, and there were 2. Now there's 10.
There's 10.
10 years from now, there'll probably be 30.
I wouldn't even say 10 years. Probably 5 years from now, it'll be 30.
There'll be 30. So, Marissa, when you talk about admissions, though, there is a process you have to go through.
There is.
But it's not. When I went through it, you had to handwrite everything. You had to fill it, because I'm old. So 35 years ago, we had the admissions. We had to fill everything. Everything can be done virtually now, can't it?
Pretty much. So we really try to make it easy for students, especially in our positions where we're in the high schools or even doing events like open house. We have these events where students can come and basically do everything same day. They can apply. At these events, we typically waive their $30 application fee. We have someone that can walk through the application with them, talk to them about the requirements that they need to turn in. They can turn them in same day, residency, transcripts. Yeah, we try and make it as easy as possible.
Is there still the process, though, at CF? And I don't know if this is still a big deal or not anymore, because it was when I was going to college 35 years ago, but everything's changed since then. You say everything's same day. Can they get accepted? They get admitted, accepted, everything all in the same day? Because I remember I did my admission paperwork to 8 or 10 different colleges, and then I waited for the postman to come every day to the mailbox so I could see. And finally the postman came, and he let me into like 6 different colleges, and I chose none of them. I wanted to be a bar bouncer instead because I was a smart kid. So 3 years later I went to college. But I remember the whole process was really paperwork, mail it off, wait for it to come back, see if you got into school. Is that the process now, Doctor?
That is not the process anymore. It is all electronic. So if a student applies, they have to submit their official transcripts. And they have to prove that they're a Florida resident. Now, the question is, I've lived in Florida all my life. Why do I got to prove that I'm a Florida resident? Was this a Florida statute that we have to follow?
Because the lawmakers say so.
Absolutely. and schools have 2 choices. They can accept you prior to you doing residency, and then that opens you up to having to pay out-of-state tuition.
Which is no fun.
Or we can allow you to apply, allow residency to be completed, and then accept you. And that's the route that CF chooses. And that way we don't have any problems with charging students out-of-state tuition and have to fight those battles.
Is there still, because I remember when I was, and once again, I can only do on my thing, I was on my own, living on my own in Georgia for 3 years. And so Georgia said anything over 2 years on your own with your own residency, even though I didn't, then I was legally a resident of the state of Georgia for purposes of getting in-state tuition and everything. I had to be 24 months in Georgia. Now, this was 35 years ago when I was in Georgia. Are there any requirements like that in Florida where you have to have your residency for 6 months before you're a resident of Florida? Or is it, I moved here, I have an address, I got an electric bill in Florida, I'm a resident?
So depending on their age, students or their legal guardians do have to live in Florida for at least 1 full year. So when we talk to students who are moving to Florida, I always tell their parents, as soon as you can, go and get your registration updated, your license updated to the Florida address, so that once that year has passed, we can do a reclassification and get you that in-state tuition rate.
So there is still some wait period time. You can't just say, I moved here last Monday, I'm a resident now.
Unfortunately
not. Doctor, when we talk about the admission process and the student recruitment, how important is it to get prospective students on campus to show them exactly what is offered with campus life, what is offered with the school, how the school's set up, meeting teachers, basically open house type stuff? How important is that for recruitment to get students on campus to show them?
It's imperative, and I'll let Marissa talk a little bit more about this, but we love doing our group tours where we bring the schools out, but we also do individual tours where they get to kind of experience those things. Again, I'll let her talk a little bit more about the ins and outs of our tours.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite parts of my job is doing group tours with students. It's so amazing to see them on campus and their eyes just kind of like light up like, oh, I didn't know that you offered this, or that I could do that, or that you have a program that can get me where I want to go. We've been doing a lot of group tours with our health sciences area lately, and just seeing how excited they are to be on campus. Because I think, like you said before, like people drive by CF and they don't necessarily realize like all the wonderful things we have to offer until they're on our campus and they're immersed in the rooms that their programs are in. They're seeing campus activities during student activity hour. So really getting them on campus, like Dr. Robinson said, is imperative to open their eyes to all that we can offer.
I know someone that works in the medical field. They're in the medical staffing field, and they have over 500 employees in the Florida area. They're based out of Ocala. And I know, because I know them very well, that they always talk about how good the health sciences is and the students that come out of the programs at CF. That's one of the hidden gems at CF is, even though we know, because I've talked to people from CF and on, I know people in the medical field locally, the health sciences at CF, you'd put those up against any college in the state.
Absolutely, and we have a great recruiter in our health sciences area, Peggy Recazon. She's awesome. We work very close with her pretty much on a day-to-day basis. We got not an open house, but informational with her later on today. So Peggy's wonderful to work with, right?
Yeah, she's absolutely fantastic.
When we talk about the things that are offered at CF, from certificate programs all the way through bachelors of science, give us a rundown of some of the things that students can see as prospects to come to CF.
So as far as our certificate programs are concerned, what's really great about our certificate programs, in my opinion, is that students can come in and just complete a certificate, or they can earn a certificate simultaneously while earning an AS degree, which is absolutely fantastic, because once they graduate, they already have that extra certification, which might put them like a little bit above, someone else that's competing for the same position. And like Dr. Robinson stated earlier, those are fantastic because they could be one semester or 1 year. And with some of our certificates, like we're expanding those as well. With our AS programs, those are fantastic because, after those 2 years, you can enter the workforce. We have things like accounting, equine, I'm trying to think of many in business. There's just so many for students to choose from.
But it's all geared towards what would help put somebody in the workforce in Marion County, Levy County, Absolutely. The surrounding areas. It's something that they can use and go right into the workforce with.
Absolutely. And what's great about that, one of the things that when we're out recruiting, we point out to our students, like you said, we serve Marion, Citrus, and Levy counties. The average between the three counties, our AS earners make the most out of all of our graduates upon, entering the workforce, which is absolutely amazing with that 2-year degree.
Speaking of the 2-year degree, that does set people up to be able to transfer to a bigger school if they want to. What is the partnership CF has that could be a draw to bring somebody in to the CF way to get to another university instead of just trying to apply to that university? What partnerships does CF have?
So we're proud to say that we have 4 different partnerships right now. We have Direct Connect with UCF. We have Fuse with the University of South Florida. We have the FAMU agreement, and we have UF Online. UF Online is the newest one, and that's the one that a lot of people around here are very excited about, but we're proud of all 4 of them. We've had a long-standing relationship with UCF. I think they're the ones that we've had the longest relationship with as far as a partnership. And then South Florida came on, and then, like I said, then FAMU, and then UF recently. But it does give students to know that if they get their AA degree here, they can transfer to one of those wonderful schools, or they can choose to finish their bachelor's degree here with our pathways as well.
But the fact that you can get into CF, USF, FAMU, Florida Online, and what people don't think. People say, "Well, I see UCF, USF, Florida. How's FAMU?" FAMU is a very good institution, one of the best in the state, actually. And when they're talking about if you want to get your undergraduate degree and then go to law school, there's probably not a better. UF Law and FAMU Law are about like neck and neck for law schools, and so those are 4 very good partnerships y'all have.
Absolutely, and FAMU also has a great business school.
It does.
I have to say that because my brother graduated from there.
Well, I've had a chance or 2 to play FAMU in football when I was in college, so I know a thing or 2 about having to play football against FAMU, and it was never a fun time. Never a fun time. Let's talk for a minute about what student you're actually, when we talk about recruitment, what type of student is CF actually looking to bring into campus?
Any student. Any student.
The reason I ask that is non-traditional is a student that's very important to CF, is it not?
Absolutely. And I think that because of COVID, we've expanded our virtual outreach. And I think that that's been a great opportunity for us to reach students who might not think that they can come to CF. Maybe they're working full-time, family obligations. But this is a way that we can still get in front of them and tell them that they still have options. We offer a wide variety of online classes, hybrid classes, Zoom live online classes. So there's a myriad of opportunities.
That working parent that may seek an opportunity to get a better paying job or a different career while still working and paying bills and taking care of their family can do so through a lot of the things you offer at CF. Is that right, Doctor?
That is correct, and I'll throw the word diversity in there because diversity, people think of it one way, but you can use diversity in a lot of different ways, and we're very diversified in our offerings and how we want to approach certain groups and making sure that we're meeting their needs. In our non-traditional group, we understand that they might be working 8 to 5, so they need some things that are after that, and we are receptive to those things.
How much has telelearning changed the game in college education?
It'll never go back to where it was because of where we are now with Zoom and things like that, and knowing that you can do things from remotely and do them with quality as if you were there. There's no turning back now. It's just going to keep going.
Marissa, on that key, can I know I can come on campus and take a tour with you. You set up group tours and individual tours, but can I virtually take a tour if I want to? Can I see everything through the computer screen and virtual that I could see if I was physically on campus?
Pretty much. For our Ocala campus, we have an amazing virtual tour. It's literally our marketing department took what I call like our script, kind of our outline of what we do when we go on a normal tour, like an in-person tour, and made it virtual so you can log in.
They did a point of view virtual.
Log in and you get the same information, which is absolutely amazing, especially for when we have like our virtual open houses, because in an in-person open house, students are offered tours. Our virtual open houses, the students are offered the exact same thing. Let's
talk about virtual open houses because you got some scheduled coming up.
We do. So we have our Ocala campus in-person open house is December 1st from 10 to 2. That's in Building 40, our UR Century Center. And then we have a virtual open house for Marion, Citrus, and Levy counties on December 8th from 11 a.m. to 1. And like I said, that virtual open house, it's exactly the same as if you come to campus to do an in-person open house. You'll still be able to meet one-on-one with admissions advisors, complete the application. We'll waive the $30 application fee for you, meet with someone to talk about financial aid options. We even have some of our representatives from some of our programs that will be available as well.
Doctor, you talked about diversity earlier, and it has lots of different meanings. But as when talking about the student makeup, what is the diversity and how diverse is CF and how important is it that CF keep that diversity?
Well, I'll answer the last. It is very important. We just, I guess within the last year and a half, we hired a diversity officer to make sure that we're addressing those things. But we've always done that in our area when it comes to recruiting. That's always been high on our list. And we've recently been working with the Hispanic Business Council. We met with some gentlemen the other day from the LGBTQ market. Obviously, we met with the Ministry Alliance and an African American population. So diversity has always been higher on our list and will remain higher on our list. Like I said, we've hired someone for that. We have so many committees now about diversity on campus now. I was at one last Friday that I serve on personally. So we can't do any more than what we're doing for diversity right now.
Doctor, how important is it the partnerships that CF has garnered through community outreach with business leaders and community leaders, like you said, the Historic Business Council, people like that? How important are those partnerships to make sure that CF stays in the forefront of education in our area?
Yeah, we have Dr. Jennifer Fines kind of leading that area for us. She kind of goes out and she works with the businesses and works with the articulation agreements and things like that. So she's doing a wonderful job with that, and she allows us to tag along and talk about the recruiting aspect of it once we get all those things in place. So we're very appreciative of her and helping us out in that area.
How important is having those kind of relationships and being able, when you go out to recruit, saying, look at what CF, the partnerships we have, the way we have diversity because of the outreaches we have. How important is that when you're actually out recruiting to show that?
I mean, I think it's very important, especially, for some of our fields where our students have internships while they're in our programs. Many of them are guaranteed jobs before they even graduate. So to say that and be able to prove that to our prospective students, I think is very important, those relationships.
Now, we talk about the campus right here that's about 3 miles from where we're located, but you also have campuses in Citrus and Levy, so it's not just in Marion County recruitment. You recruit a region.
Yes, absolutely. And, Dr. Robinson has mentioned some of our partnerships. Our relationships with our regional campuses is so imperative. If we need help or they need help, we're all right there to help each other. We try and go to Citrus and Levy as much as we can. Shout out to Sonia and Leah. They are rocking it in the recruitment game right now in their prospective campuses. So, I mean, everything that we do here, they mirror there and vice versa.
Right. But we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about our vintage farm here in Ocala and our Appleton Museum. We visit both of those campuses, and they're both beautiful. I know they're doing weddings and things at the farm and things like that. So, and the Appleton always has something going on there.
I just had the chance to sit down with, and I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. And I just interviewed him, Doug Oswald, who's former mayor of Ocala and everything, and he gave us a perspective on when the Appleton was built and how they brought in the marble from Italy and everything in the 70s to build that, and now CF oversees that. That's one of the hidden gems that I think CF doesn't get enough credit for, is the Appleton, because your student body uses that, instructors use that for class purposes and everything. It's one of those things that you have a museum in our town that your university, your college is able to use that rivals anything the UF has up there in Gainesville.
Yeah, and it's kid friendly too. I mean, it's for all age groups. So bring your kids out and certainly go out there and enjoy the views.
So let's talk about, we got some stuff coming up again. Give people the days for the virtual tours, some deadlines, because I know things are coming up for spring semester that they're going to have to reach. Some deadlines they're going to have to make.
Okay. So I'll give the dates for our open houses. So again, our Ocala open house is December 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The virtual open house, again, is for all three of Marion, Citrus, and Levy counties. That's December 8th from 11 to 1. Our Citrus open house is November 18th from 10 to 2, and the one on our Levy campus is November 30th from 4 to 6.
And when does that semester, for all these open houses, when does that semester actually start?
So students can come to these open houses and apply for the spring semester. and turn in any documents that they need if they come with their residency documents. They come with their high school transcripts. We'll take them right then and there and ensure that they get processed in time for spring to start.
So there's a priority admission deadline, and that is December 10th. But we have we kind of roll, and we're kind of a little bit flexible with that. But that date allows us where we guarantee you will get a decision and be ready to start for the spring semester in January. But again, we can also work with you past that date as well.
Are there any other dates that we need to know of, Doctor, that you want that are imperative that students need to be made aware of, or prospective students need to be made aware of?
So we've talked about some dates that are coming up here in December, but we have a big event that we have coming up in March. We have 2 events in March. One is preview night. That one's going to be March 1st in Ocala from 5 to 7. And then I'll let Marissa talk about the college decision day, because we're really excited about doing that, and that's going to be March 30th.
So for College Decision Day, what we're trying to do is get into every single high school in Marion County on March 30th and offer their students an application session. Again, we'll walk them through the CF application. We'll waive their application fee, have representatives from our Educational Opportunity Center who can discuss financial aid options. They can also help students through the admissions process. We'll have financial aid representatives, and even some of our student ambassadors or student leaders are going to go with us to help students through this process. But we're going to divide and conquer and be in every single high school on that day to assist students who want to come to CF.
In Marion County. I think there's 10 of them. I think if I counted right, there's 10 of them.
Is it 10?
Because you got to think of OCA and St. John's.
Including private schools. Absolutely.
Got to think of OCA, St. John's, and Trinity.
Yes.
They're high schools.
And we do, trust me.
They're high schools. There's 7 public and 3 private.
Yes.
I know that because I was the voice of high school football for about 5 years here on this radio before Galen Unall took it over from me. So I had to, know all the high schools. Give some information if people want to find out more information about these dates, more information about offerings that the college has through its certificate programs all the way through its bachelor programs. Tell them where they can go find the information.
Our website has a myriad of information, but if you want to set up a one-on-one Zoom meeting with me or come to the campus to schedule a tour, I'll give my phone number. It's 352-854-2322, extension 1379. And my email address is brownnm@cf.edu.
And what is the website that they can go to if they want to?
cf.edu.
cf.edu. We've been talking with Dr. Raphael Brown. He is the Director of Admissions and Student Recruitment. And Marissa Brown, she is Dr. Raphael Robinson, Director of Admissions and Student Recruitment. And Marissa Brown, Manager of Admissions and School Relations. Thanks so much for dropping by today.
Thank you for having us.
And good luck on a great recruiting class for the spring semester.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this timeout with Carol Ann Baldwin, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin, with In the Garden, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The mostly partisan House Select Committee investigating January 6th on the U.S. Capitol said it subpoenaed 6 close allies and campaign officials of President Trump. Some of those subpoenaed included William Stepien, manager of the Trump 2020 re-election campaign, Jason Miller, a senior advisor to the campaign, and Angela McCallum, the campaign's national executive assistant. As China is ramping up its nuclear arsenal and high-speed delivery systems, Republican lawmakers are demanding answers from the Biden administration about how proposed changes to America's use of nuclear weapons. On Monday, top House Republicans highlighted the concerns by U.S. allies over Joe Biden's proposal to limit the conditions under which America would consider a nuclear strike. Last night, 4 astronauts inside a SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule splashed down safely in the Gulf of Mexico off the Florida coast. This was after a 6-month scientific mission on the International Space Station. USA Radio News.
Hi, I'm Wayne Alaroot for Patriot VPN. Patriot VPN is a virtual private network service that uses military-grade encryption to protect your internet connection on all of your devices. With Patriot VPN, your data and internet privacy is secure anywhere in the world. Why do you need Patriot VPN? Cyber criminals, government, even your own internet service provider collect and use your private information without your knowledge. Examples in the news recently, remember all the companies that have been hacked? Cuba censored the internet to kill protests? Here in America, conservative groups are being actively targeted. Your personal information and internet history is being sold by your ISP. It's all happening every day, but not with Patriot VPN. With Patriot VPN, your internet activity and history is protected from prying eyes forever. Patriot VPN is a veteran-owned business right here in the USA. For business or your family, starting at only $6.95 a month, use code WAR and get 3 months free. With an annual subscription, it's all at PatriotVPN.com. That's PatriotVPN.com.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. Peanut growers across the Southeast are being invited to attend a big 2-day peanut farm show coming up in January. Clint Thompson has the story.
The Georgia Peanut Commission reminds producers it's never too early to start thinking about next year's Peanut Farm Show, which is a little more than 2 months away. The farm show is slated for January 19th through 20th at the University of Georgia Tifton Campus Conference Center in Tifton, Georgia. The Georgia Peanut Commission is excited to host the event again, especially after this past year's cancellation due to COVID-19, says Executive Director Don Kaler.
I'm really excited about it. It gives us an opportunity to see, 1,000 or more peanut farmers kind of in one place. And that's really important for us to do it so that we can let them know that we're still out there working. We can put our message out on social media. We can do annual reports. We can do everything else. But there's nothing like standing there and shaking a hand and talking with a farmer and telling them what you got going on.
The show will be divided into 2 days from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. on January 19th and 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on January 20th. The show is free and open to all farmers and industry leaders. For more information, see southeastagnet.com. For Southeast AgNet, I'm Clint Thompson.
Here's farmer and landowner John Prue.
We purchased the land about 3 years ago, and there was an old farmstead on there with trees. We were going to clear the land so we could farm through it. We thought we knew where the pipe was, so we didn't call to get it located. The work on our property led to the damage of a light crude pipeline. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but it could have been much worse.
Never assume the location or depth of underground lines. Always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com before you start work. A message from the Pipeline Operators for Ag Safety Campaign.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Today will be partly sunny with a high of 76 to 80, then clear skies tonight, low 61 to 67. Expect showers tomorrow with a passing shower and a high of 77 to 81. Then Thursday we'll have sunshine and high clouds in the morning, then mostly cloudy with a couple of showers in the afternoon and evening. High on Thursday 80 to 83, passing shower on Friday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holden.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.